talking this entire time. I swear to God, I thought I pressed that button. Hey there. Well, thanks. Honestly, I just grabbed it off of I grabbed it off of YouTube. I don't have a lot of time, to be honest, to look into. I've looked into SoundCloud, and I've looked at I don't know, some other website, and I really want to sit down and take a listen and actually make a playlist. Of course, I have a. Can you hear me? I don't know, but hey, how's it going? I'd said that earlier, but you know me and my and my spastic brain. I really thought that I'd hit the goddamn the on button. But anyway, so I was at Costco earlier. TLDR on what I was saying while muted is that earlier I was at Costco, and it got me thinking about how last night I'd said that 65% of the population audience of Twitch are males, and so based on that, more than likely, if you're watching this, you're probably from the United States. I don't know. If you're not, oh, sweet, thanks. But if you're not, then even cooler, because I have no, you randomly popped up. Just off the bat, I think I'm just gonna say this like every single time I stream. But my name is Winsy. I am a teacher. I speak English and Spanish. I speak Spanish mainly throughout the day because, yeah, it's kind of a problem. It's definitely a light. I don't want my streams to be muted. Whenever I leave them on my Twitch channel or whatever. So I want to make sure that whatever I have on is DMCA approved. So, but hopefully one day, if I keep doing this and I get affiliated and I figure out, I contact who I need to in order to get permission to play music, I would absolutely love to do that, because I love to sing. I love to sing all the time. Like I should probably eventually put earbuds in and just listen, to music that I love to listen to, because I love to sing too. But also my brain is spastic. If you're like just joining, so usually I have to keep notes written down so that I remember, because I also am a mother, and I mean, honestly, that's really important to me. That's like that's my main focus, to be perfectly honest. So, I have to do, that takes up most of my day whenever I'm not at work. So I don't get to do this as often as I would even necessarily like to. Oh, and also I have anxiety. I have an incredible social anxiety. So even just doing this is kind of it's kind of weird. And so if I stop talking for a second, it's because I'm trying to figure out what word I want to say. Especially because I don't like to offend people. I don't like confrontation. Because honestly, who likes? I don't understand people that enjoy antagonizing other people and just like creating conflict. I think that's probably why I avoid people in general, just because I don't like conflict, and I don't know if there's positive affirmation and there's negative affirmation, and I feel as if a lot of the time people will accept and be great and take not necessarily not be grateful, but they will take it, be it negative reinforcement, just because it's still attention at the end of the day. Yeah, not so much for me though. I don't really do that. I have to be honest, and sometimes it's hard because a lot of people don't like hearing the truth. More than anything, they don't like admitting the truth, especially about, oneself. I have a hard time. I mean, I'm human. But I take it. I try to be optimistic, generally, for the most part. Which reminds me, I decided today. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna show my face, and I'm gonna show you what I do basically whenever I decide to wear makeup, because I don't know if one day for some reason people come back and look at this, I want you to see what my face looks like, because I don't want there to be some dumb thing going on about, society's so cruel, but something about, oh my gosh, this is what she looks like with makeup, without makeup. Yeah, well, you know what, this is it. I did put on some lotion, and I figure, my friend Champ was telling me, the more content you have, the better. So, you know what? I agree. And since I don't have a lot of time, why not? Because it's somewhat early in the day, and but Berkeley Clem, have you been around here before? I think it's really interesting that I don't often stream during the day. But I figured, why not? Honestly, I usually won't be able to, just because. W is for, you know it. I honestly can't really tell. The camera is in the wrong place. But you know what? Alright. I don't know which aunt taught me this, but the thing I was looking for, I cannot find. Wow, I'm just kidding. I'm so lucky. I really am. It's unsettling, and I don't know. It's like I feel so scrutinized all the time whenever I go anywhere. Eyes, and it's not even necessarily that it's in a people look at me with malice. It's generally a friendly way, but I know it's hard to believe, but being a woman, it really sucks. Especially when you're just trying to go about your day and you're not looking to do anything, like to hook up, to do anything like that, other than to really just, go about your day, go about your business. I understand that, we men have evolved to, have an urge. And I mean, women have too. It's not that obviously they do. But everyone isn't the same, and you have to take that into account. And I see all the time, that, scenarios in life where people don't know how to control themselves. Be it that you're angry or upset about something, everything that you do ends up affecting someone in some way, somehow. And, honestly, that's another reason why I have to make sure that I look presentable, because I am choosing to show my face whenever I'm doing this, even though I don't want anyone to know or say anything about who I am. So if you know who I am, please please, I don't, just don't talk about it. I'd really rather that not be the case. So I really like what I do, but it actually kind of sucks. it really takes to be in a situation mostly to really understand what it's like, and to be able to empathize with people. That's something that, for better or for worse, I have. I am really, really sensible, emotional, whatever you want to call it. And so effectively, that makes me care a lot. I was telling a friend of mine yesterday, 2 days ago, we were sharing some, personal things, and I told him, I don't say this often, but I cry often, all the time. I mean, I don't know if you do or not, but I do. But I'm not sure if we cry for the same reasons. I don't know how you cry, but I don't like to think about it. Otherwise, we're gonna go down that rabbit hole. So I'm not gonna go there. But basically, I try not to feel sorry for myself. I try not to feel, do you like my creaky chair? I like my creaky chair. Am I doing this right? I often think about, well, oh, crap, I messed it up. Hey. When I die, I don't know if I have cancer or anything. I hope not. But when I do, I hope that people that I know, the people that are my friends, especially more than anything, my children, that they aren't ashamed of me, that they're, proud to call me their mother. And I guess that's something that a lot of people don't care about. Maybe they don't think about it. And I think it's something that I guess is really hard to understand when you're not a parent, for sure. Ah. How are you doing? Not too bad. About to be professional, baby. I'm professional. It's your boy LD. It's your girl Whimsy. I think I'm gonna try and look professional as much as I can. I try to act professional. Should try and look professional, right? But it's just so hard to give a crap about this at the end of the day. But again, how many dudes are worrying about washing their face off at night and putting on cleanser, and putting on makeup and eyeshadow and buying all these products? I have friends and stories of friends who spend hundreds of dollars on eyeshadows and makeup. And you know what? While I'm on this tangent, I you know what? I need to say this before I forget. So honestly though, I like this better. I like this view better. Whoa. So, why? I need to know why. I mean, I think I know why. Also, one of my other questions, why do so many dudes put fucking flags on the back of their trucks and put balls on the back of their trucks? If anyone can kindly tell me why. I'm very curious. I'm very, very curious. I just want to know why. It's okay with not agreeing on everything. It's okay with not seeing eye to eye. There's someone that I care. There are quite a few people that I care about a lot, that I love. So much, really, actually. But I don't agree with them on their views. I don't agree with them on religion. I don't agree with them on political views. I don't agree with them on a lot of things. But that doesn't mean that I can't love them or be friends with them or have them involved in my life, The thing is, you have to set boundaries, That's the biggest thing. That's the most important thing, is that you have to set boundaries with people. And by that, boundaries with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. What is too much? You know, you have to manage yourself. You have to manage your time, because in this world, in this society, in this fucking place that we are in for a very, very short period of time, we have to make sure that we are utilizing it as much as we can. The most precious thing we have is time. The most precious, the most valuable thing that we have is time, which that's why if you're taking the time to listen to this, thank you so much, because you know, I value your time. I really do. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you're doing every day. I have no idea. I really don't. But I really... What a vibe. Hey, Clay. Hey, dude. That is a good question. What is on the agenda? I typed out so much bullshit on my phone earlier, honestly. Let's see. Trying so hard to make sure my children don't grow up to be sociopathic robots. That's always a goal. That's always on the agenda. I don't know. So far, I'm feeling pretty energetic. thank you. I hope so. As long as my child can, I'm talking specifically about the older one because he's reading. As long as he can understand and appreciate the value of an education, being able to read, being able to express himself, well, I think he'll be okay. And being open, to listening to others. He always says, right? At the end of pretty much anything he says. And I read somewhere that, that you should try not to correct children at this age. At least not like in a harsh way, not over and over. Because you don't want to discourage them from being creative and being, themselves. Kind of like back, I don't know, back in the day for thousands of years and so many different cultures where they would basically beat the living shit out of you, and train you to be left-handed to be right-handed because being left-handed meant that you were satanic and that you came from the devil, and so, so many people were actually forced to be, right-handed. And that really sucks because I can't write for shit fucking right-handed. Like, I honestly can't, So, just for example, this song reminds me of what's his face? The Weeknd. I'm blinded by the love. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm the only one that hears it, but it's cool. Oh, yeah, so I'm writing with my left hand, right? Okay, so that, can you see that? Yeah, I don't really listen to him very much either, but okay, so that's me with my hand, with my shit. It looks awful. But that's effectively with my left hand. And this is me with my right hand. Here we go. I've been thinking about getting into calligraphy. That's on my, actually I don't have it written down. But I took pictures. I took some pictures. That sounded a little Scottish. Didn't it? I didn't mean to do that, but here we are. Effectively, I'm a calligraphy enthusiast with a slightly oversized jaw. What? I don't know. I'm thinking of Weird Al. God, I love him. I adore him. He's wonderful. Anyway, calligraphy. There you go. It's on my list. All right, back to what I was doing.
It's all about humanity.
Shit. Here we go.
It's all about humanity.
Ooh, yeah. Now I have to. Ha! Take this, you scrubs. I'm so proud. Here we go. Okay, so this is that. Beautiful. And then there's this. Whoa. Are you ready for this? That's a yeah. So one of these is obviously a lot worse than the other. Hold on, you know what? This would make this a lot better. honestly pretty crap, but you can't really see it. Oh, it's because it's so goddamn bright. There you go. It's a lot better. So, honestly, it's not that bad, but it's crap. It's absolute crap. What have I come across? Look at this. Yeah. It doesn't really come up in conversation much, you know? Something you don't really talk about, I guess. Although I really love to bring it up in class, you know, especially the first day of school, because I think it's really interesting to know, because a lot of people aren't, you know? I believe it's like 10% of roughly 10% of the world's population is, you know, inherently left-handed. But because everything is so geared towards, you know, right-handed people, it's really, you know, you just kind of have to deal with things just being not catered to you. Like, you know, for example, the mouse and door handles, doors in general, desks. God, they're such a pain in the ass. You know, and growing up in school, notebooks, I fucking, you know, that's why I started writing on the back, starting on the back side of it, because, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. 6 one way, half a dozen the other, but I feel like it's... Hi! Hey there, Chibi! How are ya? I guess you got my message. Well, I have to be honest with you. I'm going with my observations and what I've seen in the world. But, you know, if anyone has any solid evidence or any, you know, solid experiences to make me think otherwise or to make me think about something in a different way, I'm completely open to that. You just have to do it. You know, you just have to keep it classy. Really, that's it. You're so welcome. Wake up! Why don't you put a little makeup? Nah, you know, whatever. If you have any suggestions, anything to say, just keep it classy. Honestly, that's all I ask. What has me? What? You're right. I'm just another robot. I'm part of the system. Oh my gosh, son of a gun. Sure, no problem. If there's anything I've learned from the last 10 years of my life, it's that, you know, it's not about you at the end of the day. It's really not about you. You have to help other people. You have to make connections. You have to be real if you want to, if you, you know, really want to grow and succeed, I guess. And I say I guess because it depends on who you are, you know? I don't know who you are. Hell, you might be a fucking murderer. Which, if so, please just kindly leave the chat because, you know... Effectively, I try to... lately, when I'm out and about, you know, going on in public and watching people and just, you know, trying to live my life. It's not even necessarily about living my best life all the time. Although I try, but you have to live within your means, dude. You have to be honest with yourself and do what you can. You know, don't go fucking maxing out credit cards whenever you don't have money. Do what you can, because it's going to come back and bite you in the ass at some point or time. I have been there, you know. Thankfully, it's not such a problem, but be real with yourself. Otherwise, you're not, you know, you're just effectively building a wall. As much as you don't want to, that's exactly what you're doing, because you're not looking at yourself for what you are, for what it is, you know. And if I want the people around me, if I want my kids and the people I teach, the people that listen to me, you know, all the people that I interact with, if I want them to be a better person, well, how the fuck am I supposed to motivate anyone if I don't do it, if I don't show that, you know? And that's why it's so hard. You know, at least that's kind of what I interpret. Who hasn't studied Robert Frost's The Road Less Traveled? That could be interpreted in so many different ways, but one of the reasons why it's so hard to do the right thing is because it inconveniences you, because it's an inconvenience, because it takes time, because it takes effort. It takes effort to do the right thing. You know, it's so easy to lie. It's so easy to fucking throw your garbage on the fucking ground and then just walk away and just pretend that you didn't see it. But other people see you. It's happening. And I don't know how you live with that. I don't know how you don't care about putting things where they belong. But yet you constantly talk about this is trash, you're garbage, whenever you're playing fucking games and you're trolling people. What makes you think that anyone's going to care about you whenever you don't care about your surroundings, the environment around you? That's why it took me so long to stream for a long time, because number one, I wasn't alone. You know, like physically alone, having my own space, having my own bubble to be alone and to process and really think about things. Number two, it's been, my room was a fucking atrocity. And, you know, honestly, as crazy as my thoughts are, and as difficult as of a time as I have keeping things together in my brain, I have to have a clean, well thought out area, you know, to be able to really focus. Especially because most of the day I'm not really even doing anything that I necessarily want to be doing. You know, I'm outside. I'm sitting down, you know, watching my kids play, talking to them, walking outside. That's actually something that I've started doing. So I said that I was going to start the 75-day challenge. I haven't started it yet. I didn't start today because I thought about the kind of person that I am, you know, and I really want to do this. So, oh, that reminds me, holy crap. Yeah, absolutely, that you.
I never wanna hold you back. I wanna give you every chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions 'cause I know that
I can drink a little more.
you'll reject my love, moving slow. Frozen to these pieces without a show.
Damn, this song. desperate. Now, I will say it's really nice not having to wear presentable pants. I'm wearing sweatpants right now because I can. And that's awesome. There's nothing like being at home, right? You get to be yourself. Character! That's the word of the day. Yesterday was discipline, especially self-discipline. I'm gonna write this down. So I didn't start it because I don't feel like I'm in that mindset to commit to it. What I have done is I am exercising for an hour and a half, 45 minutes of it outside every day. I did it yesterday. Well, I did 45 minutes. And I'm going to do an hour and 30 minutes today. Hopefully, all of it outside. That's my goal. It's really important to spend time outside. But try to do it in the morning and in the evening because, yeah. Well, this video that a friend had sent, it has it's Healthy Gamer. If you haven't listened to his stuff, you should. What day is it today? Goals. You know, as long as you get something, that's exactly it. You know, you have to take it a day at a time. Be grateful for what you have. It's not about. It's not about completing the whole thing. You know, you have to be realistic with what you can do yourself mentally, and whenever you're ready, you're going to do it. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to how motivated you are, and so how committed you are to it. What's today? The 29th. That's right. Discipline. No, yesterday was that. No, that's right. I don't know, man. I'm gonna change this. When I first started streaming, to be honest with you,
I want to get rid of all the
I would
judgment
drink
and shame
lot of
we
water
have around sex and
often,
talking about
I
sex.
remember. Or like that's a
I want
sign
talking
of
about it
anxiety
to
for
be
me.
like we are talking about the weather. It's
Thank
like
you, Zergy. Thank you so
overcast
much for
with
the
a chance
follow.
of
I really appreciate
orgasms.
that. So
I want to teach you everything
I
I've
get
learned in
anxiety,
15
and I remember
years
when I first
so
started
you can
streaming
learn
that,
how
like,
to
that's
explore your
a
sex
thing
life.
that I would do. But now I don't really care, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm not even necessarily doing this, you know, like I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing, you know, I'm doing this, and if it works out, awesome. But I'm doing this just so that my kids and the people that I care about, if they ever want to listen to something, you know, whenever I die, shit, so that there's something there, honestly. So, your life is really what you make it. And so, eventually, that's all there is going to be. It's just memories, experiences, you know, and I want to make sure that what I leave are good ones. And right now, especially, I'm trying to make sure that I'm raising two wholesome individuals, you know, two good people, two good kids. So I'm not often on the internet. I'm not often, you know, like watching, scrolling down, and checking out everything that's happening. You know, a lot of the time I live under a rock. But that doesn't mean that I don't care. Motivation tomorrow. Today's the 29th. The thing about it is, you know, you don't have a lot of time. Time is valuable. I'm going to say that over and over because it's true. And so you have to make every second count. Your time is sacred. You know, let that sink in for a second. It really is. It's so valuable. And I learned that from someone. There's one person in the world that I've ever, at least that I can remember genuinely, that I've ever felt. Oh. I love sakura trees. I hope to one day visit Japan. I have a friend that lives there. And thankfully, that came out of a friendship. I'm friends with my friend who I met in school when I was going to school, post high school. And you know, she was dating this guy. And they're both really cool, but I could tell that they weren't really they weren't really jiving, you know what I mean? Is that any better? I hope it is. Sweet. I don't know, maybe now it's too low. Anyway, John and Sue. But they're really cool, you know. He is the kind of person who really doesn't know a stranger. Super nice, super open, and you know, very open, very talkative. Not in a bad way. Like, he doesn't overdo it. You know, it's the right amount, and I feel like some people aren't aware of what that is. You know, you have to know when you talk too much, or maybe when you don't talk enough. 1 second.